What happens when powerful people are caught up in a scandal of this magnitude? Would you be surprised to learn that some of the most influential individuals in the world have been named in the Epstein Court files? These high-profile figures range from politicians to billionaires, each with their own connections to Jeffrey Epstein. But what does it really mean when their names show up in court documents? Are they complicit, or is it just another case of association by proximity? In today's video, we're breaking down the top 8 powerful figures named in the Epstein files and exploring the connections that have stirred the media and public opinion. Let's jump right into it. 1. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, former Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew, the second son of Queen Elizabeth II and younger brother to King Charles III, has been caught in controversy after his name appeared in the Epstein Court documents. Andrew had various royal and diplomatic roles, including serving as the UK's trade envoy and engaging with political and business leaders. His name surfaced due to photos and emails showing interactions with Epstein. These documents revealed that Andrew, while associated with Epstein, shared official communications about his royal duties. Despite his long-standing ties with Epstein, Prince Andrew denies involvement in Epstein's criminal activities, asserting that their connection was for philanthropic purposes. In February 2026, British authorities arrested Andrew on suspicion of misconduct in public office, marking the first time a senior royal faced charges linked to the Epstein files. Public and legal scrutiny continues as Andrew's reputation is under intense review, but no criminal charges related to Epstein have been filed yet. 2. Elon Musk. Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, is known for his pioneering work in electric vehicles, space exploration, and AI. Musk's name appeared in the Epstein files through email correspondences dating back over a decade, involving professional interactions. These emails discussed travel and social engagements but contain no evidence of criminal activities. Musk's legal team has stated that these interactions were purely professional and social, which is common among high-profile figures. While Musk has not publicly commented in detail on these files, the presence of his name highlights the blurred lines between professional networks and criminal investigations. Some believe that mentioning a name doesn't imply guilt, as these associations could be innocent. 3. Bill Gates. Bill Gates, co-founder of Microsoft and a leading philanthropist, is another prominent figure named in the Epstein files. Gates' association with Epstein was primarily for social and philanthropic purposes, as indicated by photos and event records. The documents highlight his attendance at gatherings with Epstein and his associates, particularly in the early 2000s. Gates has denied any wrongdoing and clarified that while he met Epstein in a philanthropic context, he distanced himself once Epstein's criminal history became public. Although his name is in the documents, no evidence has emerged suggesting Gates was involved in any illegal activity. The presence of his name has sparked media attention, but legal experts note that associations alone do not indicate criminal behavior. 4. Donald Trump. Donald Trump, the 45th President of the United States, has been closely tied to Jeffrey Epstein for decades. The two men were once part of the same social circles, with Trump even having been photographed at Epstein's parties. The newly released court documents include references to Trump in connection to Epstein's private jet and social events, dating back to the 1990s and early 2000s. However, Trump has consistently denied any involvement in Epstein's criminal activities. According to the documents, Trump and Epstein had a friendly relationship in the past, but the two men reportedly had a falling out long before Epstein's crimes were uncovered. One of Epstein's alleged victims, Johanna Scherg, recalled in her testimony that she was on Epstein's plane at one point but never accused Trump of any criminal behavior. While Trump's name appears in these documents, it doesn't imply that he participated in Epstein's illicit activities, as no formal charges have been brought against him in connection with Epstein's criminal conduct. The presence of Trump's name in the Epstein files has sparked mixed reactions from the public and media. Some view it as evidence of the overlapping social networks of the elite, while others believe it sheds light on the necessity of transparency and accountability for public figures. While Trump's association with Epstein is well documented, the scope of their relationship remains a topic of debate. 5. Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, former U.S. President, is one of the most prominent figures linked to Epstein in the files. The documents include records of Clinton's social interactions with Epstein, including travel and attendance at events with Epstein and his associates. Clinton has stated that his interactions with Epstein were in a philanthropic context and that he had no knowledge of Epstein's criminal activities at the time. His name appears in the documents because of their social overlap, but does not provide evidence of criminal behavior. Although Clinton has distanced himself from Epstein, the ongoing scrutiny of their connection continues to attract attention in the media. Legal experts emphasize that the presence of Clinton's name does not equate to criminal involvement in Epstein's activities. 6. Reid Hoffman. Reid Hoffman, the co-founder of LinkedIn, is another prominent figure whose name appears in the Epstein Court Records. Hoffman has been a pioneer in Silicon Valley, building one of the world's largest professional networks and becoming a key figure in tech investment and philanthropy. According to the Epstein files, Hoffman had interactions with Epstein and attended social events where Epstein was present. These engagements were primarily related to fundraising and academic discussions, not criminal activities. Hoffman has publicly distanced himself from Epstein after his criminal activities became widely known. While his name appears in the files, there is no direct evidence linking Hoffman to Epstein's illegal conduct. The files indicate that Hoffman's involvement with Epstein was purely social and professional, and he has since emphasized that he severed ties with Epstein once the financier's true nature was revealed. The inclusion of Hoffman's name in the Epstein files highlights the complexity of elite networks, where business leaders often cross paths with individuals later revealed to have a criminal background. Despite this, Hoffman has not been credibly accused of any involvement in Epstein's trafficking ring, and the public narrative surrounding his association remains focused on his philanthropic efforts rather than any alleged misconduct. 7. Ehud Barak. Ehud Barak, a former Prime Minister and Defense Minister of Israel, is another key figure mentioned in the Epstein files. Barak's name surfaces due to his business and social interactions with Epstein, particularly involving meetings at Epstein's properties. The documents show that Barak traveled on Epstein's private jet and participated in discussions related to business and political matters. Barak has denied any involvement in Epstein's criminal activities, stating that his meetings with Epstein were strictly professional. He has publicly emphasized that their interactions were in the context of business and diplomacy, with no illegal conduct involved. Despite his denials, the inclusion of Barak's name in the Epstein files has raised questions about the extent of his relationship with the disgraced financier. Barak's presence in the documents reflects the way elite global networks sometimes intersect with individuals whose criminal actions are later exposed. While Barak has denied any wrongdoing, his connection to Epstein remains a subject of ongoing scrutiny in the media and among legal experts. 8. Alan Dershowitz. Alan Dershowitz, a renowned U.S. lawyer, is closely linked to Epstein through his legal work for the financier. Dershowitz played a key role in negotiating the 2008 non-prosecution agreement that allowed Epstein to avoid more severe charges. His name appears in the Epstein files due to his legal work and broader social network, but Dershowitz has strongly denied any involvement in Epstein's criminal activities. He has been vocal in defending himself against civil allegations, calling them false and defamatory. The presence of Dershowitz's name in the files sheds light on the intersection of legal defense work and public scrutiny, especially when associated with figures later convicted of serious crimes. Despite the controversy, Dershowitz continues to deny all allegations of wrongdoing. These 8 powerful figures are just a handful of the names that have surfaced in the Epstein court documents. While their connections to Epstein vary, the sheer scope of the social and professional circles that intersected with Epstein raises troubling questions about accountability, influence, and the systems that allowed such a person to operate in the shadows for so long. As more documents continue to be released, it's likely that even more figures will be revealed. What are your thoughts on the connections we've uncovered today? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth explorations of the most pressing issues facing our world today. See you in the next video.